Good morning. It's 11 o'clock now, 10:59 to be precise. How una day? How's everybody doing today? What's going on? Yeah, I know that these days my going live, the time is very, very inconsistent. So I struggle to keep it straight. I don't know. Uh, I didn't know I'd be this busy. A couple of years ago, I used to say that, oh, I've got time. These days, I'm so busy. I don't know what I did do, Seth, but I know that I've been crazily busy, struggling to catch up with the live stream. I mean, I wish I could be doing it every day, but unfortunately, I can't even promise that. To be very honest, and it's not pride, it's not arrogance. It's just the fact that every time I try to, do this whole thing like every day on a daily basis. I mean, I wish I could even be doing live twice a day, honestly speaking. Like my community is very small, so I should not even be running away from doing live. People that have 2 million views, like people like the United Stand guy, they still do twice a day live. They still, So I kind of like don't have excuse not to be going live. That's on one front. But then I have a life outside of this YouTube thing. I have a family, I have children, and I get like engaged with some other things that I'm doing, consulting for the Nigerian League, so many things. And sometimes they just call you, jump into a meeting or come to GTI office or go out there, go and speak to potential sponsors. So that's the reason. Somebody wrote me that I'm being arrogant for not doing live every day. And then somebody else again wrote me that why am I not predicting matches anymore that they used to, I mean, bank on my predictions and all that. And to be very honest, it's not like I don't want to predict. It's not like I'm against it. Sorry that I was looking. Somebody was carrying one big iron in one tight space facing my car. They wonder, like, this person won't come use this to knock me. I don't know. You don't know if you don't offend somebody without knowing. So, yeah, you have to be prepared mentally. You have to prepare your mind. Prepare your mind for what's coming. Uh, First off, we're in the market. This is Aja Market. I'm in the park at Alesh. That time that I would sit in this car, because I told my wife that, look, if I come to the market, I not even follow you waka, and then on a rainy day like this, I don't even follow you waka this poto they go. Since you don't want drive, okay, I can't say no to driving you if I'm at home. But you see, come waka, go this shop. How much? How much? Nah, I did that a lot with my mother. That thing they give me PTSD. Nothing you want to tell me, I no go do. Mhm. If you want verse for that one, verse for that one. So, but that time that I will used to sit in this car and be playing music and be waiting, let me use it to do live. Let me use it to connect with my people. I mean, people love you enough to want to spend time with you. Don't be the arrogant bastard that is forming. I'm too busy. So the few free minutes that I have to use it to talk to you guys. Now back to uh, uh, the way we normally do it. Mic check. Are you guys hearing me loud and clear? At least I carry my mic today, so it should be clear anyway. Clearer than the other. I went back to watch that thing. I was like, man, I just suffered these people for watching for over 1 hour, 30 minutes. I just suffered them. It wasn't the sound wasn't neat. It wasn't crisp, and it was bad. I'm sorry. I apologize once again. Please let me know in the comment section if you're hearing me loud and clear. That's one part. Another part is, I mean, I will not get tired of saying this. I'll keep saying it. Thank you for everybody who subscribed to this channel. I'm seeing the growth. Thank you for those who are subscribed. Thank you for those who always comment when they watch, and for those who are telling me that they don't like the fact that members watch first before them. I am sorry, but that's the way. Not be me designer, and the way YouTube take design them. What you should do is just join the membership. My membership is one of the cheapest. I mean, YouTube wrote me that it seems like I don't want to make money. I was like, no, I want to make money. But I also know that predominantly the larger number of my audience are Nigerians. Okay. And they were like, oh, the minimum should be $1. I said $1 is like, if minimum, that's like bronze is $1. Um, and silver is $1.50, and then gold is like, then you have diamond and platinum up to $5. Wait, it becomes, for me, becomes an extortion thing, right? I don't think that should be the reason for me to have. I know they lie you. I need money. I need money to do a lot of things. And then to add to the fact that I have a team that I have promised that I would try my best to take them to tournament. I need money. I need the channel to grow to that. But the proper growth is better than trying to harvest money from people, like somebody with the harvest kidney vital organs from people. So if you feel like offended, I am sorry, but not be me set not be me the run this thing back and YouTube. This whole thing, whatever money we make in this thing, YouTube will also get their share. We be like land rentage business. This is like land rentage. I rent land, I do business, you collect your rent and all that, and then I collect my own part, my profit. That's the way it work. And for me to make profit, my views needs to be very high, my engagement needs to be very high. So me on no verse, if on the same like that, that's one part of it. Secondly, I want to say massive thank you to all of you that are subscribed and those that are subscribing every day and those that go the extra mile to tell people about this channel. Thank you very much. And I also want to thank those of you who engage the channel aggressively. Like I see people commenting, people liking, people responding. Now, I mean, we've reached a place for the very first time where people are now interacting with each other via the comment section. I really do appreciate it. God bless you guys a lot for on behalf of me and my team. Today, I know really there's going to be football talk on the side, but the major place as a Nigerian looking at the world, I spent the whole of the last 13 days studying businesses, the beginning of businesses, how they grew. Friends actually come together to do business. Friends here, friends there, friends come together to do business. So I'm asking this question, and let's say it's a little sample, although we don't have quite a lot of people on the live today. But even from these 17 people that I'm seeing here, why do we have 5 likes? When I click on like to now beg, I beg, not be first. I just want to ask something. Maybe your personal experience or your shared experience. By shared experiences, something you've heard somebody you've seen happen to somebody close to you or your family or you anybody. Why is it very, very easy for friends to gather together so as should be, go and drink, go and groove, go to club, carry women together, plunder money, right? Very easy. You so sometimes you go even buy should for party where you don't know the two celebrants or the celebrants, but it's almost impossible in Nigeria in the black race for friends to actually come together and do business. I am always wondering. I remember when I started this company in late 2017, going into 2018, where we want to do registration. I called a few friends. I was like, I don't think I can go this alone because I don't have the cash. I have the ideas, I have the will. I know I can push it, and you guys know me very well that I'm stubborn when it comes to believing in something. So I think I can push this, and I set the target like in 10 years time we'll be making small money and then we'll grow it from there. Let's come together and start. I spoke to over 20 of my friends. That's why these days I say that I don't really have friends. Okay, I realized that okay, no, these are people who in the days where I used to go to club. I used to go to club, like I go to club every day. My clubbing days was every day. I don't do weekend clubbing. Every single day I used to go to club, and then we travel, we gather money together, we travel. Oh, let's go to Europe. Most of those travels, so now women would they go carry. Just be very honest. Most of those travel now. Oh, this babe for Ethiopia, this babe for Kenya, this babe for Zanzibar, like that. And then some babes for Nigeria who will carry travel, go, all those countries. It was very easy to do. You don't even need to try to convince anybody. Just tell them and they are on board. So I felt like that same spirit should also apply to building business together. So when I started the conversation, like, oh, let's do this business together. Let's let's build this thing. Digital media is the future that I've already started. Let's see what we can do with it. The conversation became very slow, dragging. I'll get back to you. It was more of I will get back to you. I'll get back to you. 2017 turned into 2018. By 2018, July 5th, I mean July 4th, my CAC registration had come out, and I, take it a step further, decide to do a trademark for the Elegbete brand. Like I also need to show people that I'm serious. So this is why they tell us so, not be joking matter. Now something we be say all of us supposed to take serious. That was how I was pushing it, and nobody was coming for. Nobody. Like I know friends. I get friends who get money. Some will even take it a different angle and say, you know what? Let's even do normal radio. Let's do normal radio. And I'm like, no, no, normal radio is dying. We cannot go and enter a business when it's at the tail end. It's dying. Hey, I mean, I can't call names. It'll be like I'm trying to run them down. I can't call names, but I have friends in the music industries, friends in the movie industries, friends in political circles, and other people like that, like other walks of lives. And it was just that bad. In short, someone like, oh yeah, wait, just give me like 1 year, give me like, and I said, no, I'm not waiting. I go register them. If we're not ready to come, if we're not ready to invest, we go rewrite we go rearrange the directorship of the company and all that. But long story short, nobody came through. The people that have come through for me in this thing that I'm doing, complete strangers that I've not met once, that I don't know. People like Dida Aguno, forever grateful to him. That guy bought me books everywhere. He lives in Manchester. I'm in Nigeria. He traveled all the way from England to come see me in Nigeria. Like, man, I for willing empty my bank account for you. This was the beginning. This was the days of sports as in the art. This was you know, I'll never forget that guy. Like, man, every week or month he would send me money saying, I don't have much, but bro, let me send you this one to feed your crew because I'm seeing you guys every day. I know it's not easy. Just buy them lunch, buy them snacks, them books. You buy books and send to me because he realized when he came to Nigeria and he realized that man, this guy, you get libraries, better books. So any book that come out that he says, he will send to me. Then there is Bobby Ukaigwe, Bobby Ray Ukaigwe. That's like another guy is in Birmingham also. It's another guy that, as far as I'm concerned, if this company grows to the place where we're building a monument, wall of fame for people who really believe in his name will be at the very top of it. And quite a lot of other people. One kid went to school in the US. Abib, he came to the studio, then traveled to the US. Abiba Adeji, you know, China Archery. There are people that I don't expect. The people that I really thought, were made, we've grooved together, we'll spend money together, they didn't join. Now that I'm looking at it, I just say, okay, let me even ask this question because today I really want to learn. I really want to get something out of it. Is it a Nigerian thing? Is it a black man thing? What is it that makes it almost impossible? Not completely impossible. Some friends still do business together in Nigeria. But what makes it almost so rocket science difficult for friends to do business together? If you have experience, share. If you had another person experience, please share. Let me go to the comment section and go. We'll talk football. If you have a footballing question, ask me. I would answer. But I just think we should also talk about this. If we will not learn for ourselves, let us learn for the sake of our children. Because every day I'm emphasizing it to my children. Make friends that you can do business with. Make friends that you can build an empire together. Friends that you can trust. I know that Nigerian problems are much. There's corruption, but above all else is trust. We don't trust each other, and it's because of the decay over the years. And then there is the tribal divide, and then there's the religious divide. Until we all have money, you know that rich people know they're tribalistic. Have you noticed that rich people make friends with people across board, whether they are Hausa, Igbo, they do business together. That when they are rich, but for those of us in the middle class and the lower class, they've divided us with religion, with tribe, with political affiliation, and so many things. So we not trust each other at all. That is on one front. So I just want to hear your own experience. If you've ever thought about it, I know that not all of us will be entrepreneurs, because I remember when I was, after 2009, when my my two 33,000 liter truck got bought in Ore and two people died. If anybody had asked me if I would ever do business again, I would say no. Like, You know, I used to say to people, I beg you, business is not for everybody. It's not meant for everybody. Some people are not meant to do business, you know. And then I was owing debt, 19.6 million Union Bank, and I had to schedule that one and pay small, 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 small. So I made up my mind like, this never going to happen again with me, yeah. So I want to know your own experience if you have, and then, you know, maybe I can learn. I'm here, like I said, I'm here to learn, and other people can also learn from it. And some of us could even be doing some things that makes people not to want to do business with us without us knowing. So if you, I mean, I would let me double up the question. What is the thing that would make you want to do business with somebody, and what is the thing that will make you not want to do business with somebody? Let me give you a very good example. It's a guy that I trust. I have faith in him, and we set up a cooperative. You know, very solid cooperative like this, and he became the financial secretary, like treasurer. You know, he runs. Man, the guy just went in deep in his hand and took almost 3 million without permission, without anybody, you know, approving for it. And it's something that if he had asked, he would approve. But that for me now has put me in a place where in the future, that kind of person, I would never do any business with him, no matter what. And I've seen that kind of thing. So there are also some things that will make you say, you know why, this is why I can't do business with my friend, or this is why I can't do business with my family, or this is why I can't do business with a Nigerian. Tell us. It's better that we know the things, the things that we are doing that is bad, that we don't even know that is bad, and then we will, you know, work on it and get better. Because again, there is no country that can accommodate over 200 million people. Yes, some people will jackpot, some people will run away, but on the long run, many of us, the people will go remain, go plenty. And if we not trust each other to do business, the kind of country that we are building ourselves into is a country that requires everybody being creative, being inventive, being able to go across the aisle and find a creative way to do legitimate businesses for growth to come. Government not send you, government go collect tax from your small money with the, as the writer of the Bible say, those that have more will be given. Those that don't have, the little that they have will be taken from them and be given to those who have. That's what the writer of the Bible, not be me talking. And that's exactly what Nigeria is going to become. So it better make we they do business together, make we all have, then that's the way they want to take. Now be our tax. They go take up, but we still have. Then say we sit down, they pretend, say we have, and this I will not get, the small will get, or can't take a come off our hand. So the floor is open. I want to hear your take on this. And if you also have a football question, because again, I know that some people come into this life with football in mind. So you don't want to come here and like this guy is talking business today. So I always waste my data to come out. So if you have a football question, you can ask. Steiner Moore say I'm here. Oh, thank you very much. I can do Michael say hi. Steiner Moore say I greet you, bros. I greet you too. Tosilima says another shopping day, my brother. Not true. Uh-huh. So Babajide says, Baba, hello. Hi, Staraba. How is I don't know whether the way the rain the fall here, the fall like that for Tarabasha, is it affecting your planting season, your section and all that? Just let us know, Sha. Those they say, make madam they carry you come market every day, make we fit the you know that will not happen, Sha. She will be coming to the market every day. Now she come market to affect her shop too. So, you know, it's just I think my wife have what my mom used to call good market hand, because sometimes she will buy goods and say, oh, this will last me for the week, and then 24 hours is finished, she will come back again, you know. Like the plan was after that day that we came to the market, after on Tuesday that we came to the market, the plan was to come again on Friday, but when we are not here yesterday, I think it seems like we're not coming to the market every day. So I'm happy. I mean, anything that makes her happy makes me happy as well. It gives me peace, so I'm happy, I'm okay. Especially about this also make Rendo. You know, Tosin Lima, they say loud and crystal clear. Ogushala Abdul Karim Dayo say crystal clear. Steiner Mo, we say I didn't watch the last live because of the audio, but I full grant today for you. Say I'm on a novice. Even me when I go back watch it, because I like to watch every of my content. I go back and I watch like every time, like where's something that is missing, what I've not done well, what's not going on well, and all that. I like to be my first critic. You know, I can't just be criticizing other people without also taking time to critique myself. Like, oh, boy, you not do this one well, you not talk this thing. Well, oh, hey, you made mistake. Oh, you call John instead of Joe, or you call Stella instead of something like. I like to do that. Wasi Onola says, Oriola, sorry. Wasi Oriola say hi. And Tosilima, they say, most time we don't audit the person around us to put them in the right category: friends, colleague, acquaintance, and Egbon Adugbo. That is smart. Yeah, I think I'm guilty of that too. But over time, yeah, I was guilty of that. Over time, I hardly make friends these days. There are just two categories that I put people. You are either my family or you're just there. You're just the guy that I see and will greet. I put people in family bracket. Unfortunately, the danger of that is once I cut you off, my brother, there's no babalawo that can make us come back again, because first of putting you in my family circle means that I trust you. You're kind of the person that I can take a bullet for. But if you do some things that makes me lose that trust, I mean, I don't go. So Babajide say, Baba, make I tell you a little story. I am here. Okay, he said I started my rice plantation with a friend. We began together. We had big dreams for it. He was a lecturer while I was about leaving my own workplace to start making money on my own. Wow, good. When you identify your friends, they want to grow with you. And so that's the way you talk. So it makes sense. So and then Saulu Babajide continues, say, we didn't have so much, but I emptied all my own savings, no matter what it cost me, because of his background. I left documentation to him. I was about get the work done, which is me also. But I don't change. I do documentation now. Everything has to be paper though. Toselema, they say most times the people we think are friends, they actually jealous you on low key, my brother. I am the living evidence of that. I've seen that. ISAF say African. We are Africans here. Nigerian football story says the fear for most of them is that they won't be able to control and disrespect you if they see your dream actualize. Mm. Mm. That sound like my former chairman. So Olubawajide say the story continues. Say the moment his wife began living with him, I started hearing I will. Unlike before, our vocab was we will. That was how the company began certain trajectory. Today, as I did chat, I did courtroom. Wow. So Olubawajide also continue. A flip side to the story, he said, I began a cooperative outfit with another friend in one of the university today, and the energy is same. Okay. I like that. Akinolu David DG says, hello, Elegbete TV. Nice to see you on live again. I would like to ask a couple of questions. How do aspiring agents uh, get into Nigerian get into the football industry in Nigeria? Nigerian based aspiring. It's simple. If you are an agent already or you are about to write the exam, there is this thing I like to tell people who come to me for private conversation around this agent thing. I've always wanted to do this agent thing for a very long time, but the reason why I haven't done it is agent business is one of those business that I always tell people that, like, to grow in it, you must have your European contact first, because the market, the commercially viable market, is the European market. What I mean by that is you must have people who trust you enough to say, if you tell them you have a striker, a midfielder, defender, goalkeeper in Africa, in Nigeria, and this is their age, this is their skills, you've done all the scouting report, they will believe you enough to say, okay, go and bring him. So what I tell people is set up a proper agency, a business, attribute rule. You can be the guy who goes out there to scout and also liaise with the foreign clubs. Then somebody else who is your partner will be the one bringing in finances, in the sense that, take for instance, you tell a club in Denmark, Sweden, Norway, or Estonia, all those places where to start, because you can't start with the Premier League or La Liga, it's too advanced. And you tell them that you have this player, and they say, okay, if you believe that player that much, go and bring the player, let's give the player a trial. Things like what the Lagos State FA chairman, who's the owner of 36 Lion Football Club, does. And you go and bring the player. So first things first is get your financial backing, because football is not a small business. Football agency is not a low cash business, it's a high cash business. And the yield does not come immediately. It's not a 90 days, 100 days first yield. You could do it for 2 3 years before you see your first break. And then that money you would save probably 25% and then reinvest the rest into the business flow again, so that you'll be able to harvest, another seed. Let me give you a good example. Tolu Arokodare, that everybody is shouting 2 days ago that he scored his first goal at Wolves, is a byproduct of the transfer of Osimhen. So Ariyo and Shira, the owners of Box to Box Football Club, invested their everything, sold their phone. Ariyo sold it. I know the story from beginning. Sold his phone, did a lot to get him to under 17. And as he played under 17, for instance, he did well. That's Osimhen now. And then from there, they got him. There was a deal for him to go to Anderlecht. That deal was already on ground. And then eventually, the story, long story short, Aji Gafar, 36 Lion chairman, president, and then the current Lagos State FA chairman, but then he wasn't Lagos State FA chairman, bought into it because they needed him to help, because he had experience in that. They needed him, and then he had to bought into his economic right to be able to have a voice on the table, because you cannot just come into a club negotiation without having any voice. So he went and then did all that thing that took him to Wolfsburg for 3.7 million euros. So let's leave all the economic this thing. But what I'm saying is that you have to set up well. And how Tolu Arokodare came into this conversation was that them Shira, now when they did that transaction, the first tranche of money that came to them before they were betrayed by the player that they put everything on, that's Victor Osimhen. Now they now decided, okay, you know what? This is not the time to go and buy big motor. This is not the time to be buying NSC Moe and what's all those drinks that they buy in club again? Azu and the rest of them. They set up box to box. And one of the key player that came out of that box to box was Tolu Arokodare. Where did they take him to first was Valletta. They took him to Valletta, and from Valletta, they moved. He came to Belgium, went to France, and then see where he is. Now he's gone to Wolves, right? So that's the whole process. One good thing with him is that for every move he make, box to box we get compensation for development, right? So those are some of the things you must consider. Now, if you look at the European market does not buy players from the MPFL that much anymore. So you would now need to liaise with academies, even though academy owners are very greedy. If you're an agent, you don't have your own academy from Nigeria, you are most likely going to do the business at a loss unless you relocate abroad, like Ata, Jude Odeogalo's agent. But this was like over 20 years ago that they went abroad, and then you start doing your business from there. But you must build a Rolodex, a contact list of clubs that are abroad, that are willing, that trust you enough to take your players. That's how you will get into the market. It's a long-term business. It's not a short-term, quick hit business. Anyway, I hope I've answered you. Akinolu David DG, I hope I have answered you on that one. Sawalu Babajide continues. Say, however, just know who is your inner circle. Thank you very much. Akinolu David DG says, two, noting that Nigerians are moving to countries like Latvia, Lithuania, Malta, or start their, to start their careers. Can these small leagues not be recreated at state level in Nigeria, using Oyo State as example? So state league is not the same at Latvia. The idea that you call those leagues small league is first and foremost arrogant and disrespectful. The reason why I'm telling you that is that a league that can pay players 1,000 euros in Latvia and Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and the rest of them, that minimum pay is 500. How many players in the Nigerian league? I'm not talking of state league now. I'm not talking. The Nigerian Premier League earns $500 euro conversion to naira in the league. That's one. How many players are earning the equivalent of 1,000 euros. That's about 1.8 million per month, right? So you can't call them little league and try to place your league above them. They are still above yours because they have better infrastructure, better facilities. Teams from some of those leagues that you just mentioned, they play in the European competition, whether the Champions League, the UEFA Europa Cup, the Conference League. So it's not little league, but I understand the context in which you're saying it. Unfortunately, to do that in Oyo, you're not deviating from being an agent. To do that in Oyo has to go with, they already have their state league anyway, but it has to go with everybody in tandem, in synergy, agreeing that, oh, let's do this. It's not something you can practice on. So it is easier to be an agent than to say you want to create that kind of league in a state. There are some, like this your question is what brought about TCC. The academy owners that participate in TCC realized that it's so hard for them to take players abroad. So they created the TCC League. Now that TCC League, they brought in video cameras and all the rest to make sure that these players their videos can be put in a central location and then shared among European scouts and clubs instead of gathering money to fly scouts to Nigeria and they do all those their 1 day, 3 days scouting program that does not produce anything. They say, okay, let's do this like this. And then that's the kind of thing that they can do in Oyo State as well. You don't need to go to Europe. You can come study the TCC, see what they are doing, and replicate it in Oyo, in Kano, in Delta, in Port Harcourt, in Abia, in Uyo, and the rest of them. And then, we can create what we call the little leagues, the lower leagues, state leagues, like that does not need to be a national league, right? And that will work as well. So everybody just say, Wahala, I don't pray we have court case in Nigeria. It drains your pocket and judgment is very slow. Yoruba people say, if you close eyes, cause of hurt, the day better person will pass, you won't know. You see this example that you just gave. I remember in 2017 when Liza Moje took my car, my Toyota Camry, that green Toyota Camry that I was driving at the time. All, you know, about 11 different lawyers said I have a case, I will win this case with ease, I'll embarrass this man. And I told them, I said, listen, the premise upon which you're saying this is American judicial system. The premise that I live in a Nigerian judicial system. If I go to court, first off, I cannot bribe any judge, right? That's one. Now, if the judge is not bribable, they can also use money to prolong the case. All of you that are talking here now, you will not do this thing pro bono for me. Will start going. The first thing they will do, when you have a good case, you want to fast track the case. When you have a bad case, but you have money and you want to suffer the other person, you start, creating situation that will lead to adjournment upon adjournment upon adjournment upon adjournment to the point where all the lawyers that would have said, oh, I want to do free, of those 11 lawyers that, well, let's go to court, 9 of them don't relocate abroad as we talk. So just imagine say I go to court that time and by this time all 9 of them don't relocate abroad. Who going to do the case for me now? You understand? So sometimes you just say, you know what, because of how lazy our judicial system is and how, I don't want to use the word corrupt, but how tilted to the advantage of the rich, you have to avoid court case by all means, unless you have the money and the energy and the time and resources to deal with it. I always tell people that, one day I will go to court with somebody. I know that day is coming. It's not now. I'll go to court with somebody. But when I go to court, it will be because of a landmark case. And sometimes it might not just be that somebody offended me. A day is coming when I will sue federal government to court. I know that day is coming unless maybe I don't get the resources. What are you saying? A day is coming when I will sue companies like NEPA to court. Organizations like that day is coming. It's not now, but it's going to come. The NFF, I will sue them to court. We would have to deal with certain things because, again, a country where people are not at liberty, do not have trust, faith in their judicial system that they can go to court and get real judgment, it is hard. You understand? There should be punitive measures in things that people do. That's the reason why certain people do the things they do the way they do it. And they know, yeah, if you do anything, you're not getting money rich. But that day is coming. I've always said to people close to me that Nigeria, the wheel is turning, and some of the things that are turning the wheel is not because of what Nigeria have done. The actions of Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, Senegal, Benin Republic is even favoring Nigeria more than the actions of our own government. So uh, you see those actions has not caused economic crisis in France. Now that's a catalyst on its own, but it has to be sustained over a long period of time. Eventually, the building and opening of Dangote refinery is a catalyst on its own. So all of these small some of the parts will become a part of the whole that would give us that opportunity. This tax law now look like a disadvantage for now because the way people announce it, oh, they will lock your account, they will seize your money. No, go and get your tax ID, go and put your distance. There is nothing wrong in you paying tax. All the people that are running abroad, they're also paying taxes. Now that point, so we go configure that one day sue the government to say, will they pay tax and then they use our money well? Because right now, the reason why Nigerian politicians are never answerable to us, we say, not be your money. They look and say, not be your money, right? By the time the money begin come from us, majority of us will be able to pay tax. I know that I just deviated, but I'm just trying to let you guys know that Nigeria will never be like this forever. A time is coming. China was worse than this. Japan was worse than this. Most of the countries that are Dubai, they were worse than this. They were begging for food to eat. They were struggling. But one day, cinema go die. You understand? One day, bushmeat good pursue hunter. Now where would they so? And that's where we're heading to. The only good thing I like with this government, even though I mean there's so many talk against it, is that they are a lot more focused on infrastructural, interstate infrastructural development, and let's get that one past it. Then let's start looking at proper healthcare, proper educational facilities. Country don't change with that. The need to Japan now can become just for vacation and holiday, nothing more. I just added that to it. Baba Sanwalu Babajide say water table is high now. My rice is inside water. The safety side is that the species is a tall rice plant. Baba, I like what you write. I love what I've just read. Oh. If I tell you, say I understand one of this thing where you just talk, so a big lie, they lie. The things where person don't know, he don't know. Andrew McDonald, they say you look like Tony. Which Tony? Tony Lumelu. Tosi Limade says hi again. Tosi say judicial system is already corrupt. Justice is for the rich or influential. True. So everybody they say increase in the volume of water in the river Benue spill over to Taraba, but it's momentarily. Okay, it doesn't last for months. Else, I would have been seeing my period by now. This guy, a good storyteller. I like the way you write. Akinelu David Digi says, "Thanks for the correction. And yes, you got what I meant. That being said, can an individual starts as in independent scout where one scout state league and send them to teams like 36 Lion for evaluation? Yes, you can. As a matter of fact, now I've met with a lot of grassroots football club owners. I'll tell you for free. And if you meet Ajigafa, just tell him, I mean, it will just maybe probably open the door a little wider. Just tell him that referred you to him. It would open the door a bit for you. I think so. That's what we always pray, that we build a name that would open doors for people. But let me tell you something about successful people that I have learned over the years. Successful people hate time wasters. If what you do is go and bring one kind of player, but because you're sentimentally attached to those players, if you want to open door in business, your first three products that you give to a person that is on a higher plane should be the best, irresistible. So this is how I explain it to some people the other time. Behave like girls who want to get the attention of a rich man. They would spend extra, dress well, tone their skin, look good, look very, very good, expose what needs to be exposed, but cover the things that they can cover. And then sit in position yourself in such a way we say, if the rich man see you, he not go fit come ahead. So that's the same thing with, you can't go to Ajigafa with a player where is just trap and pass player, basic. You want to go to him with a player that if he see himself, he go to ask you, guy, how much make I give you, make I be partner with you. So with that, he don't come out the burden for your head. He go fit say, okay, I'll take this player to Europe. We will sign a contract. Aji Gafar again is a very honest human being. So it's not one of those that you give a player and then he will go and sell the player and then cut you off. No. But what I would advise you, because I've settled too many cases these days. I need to settle football dispute case again. I say, go to CAS. Because I keep putting my reputation on, like my name on the line, like, bros, see, now this player, now this person. What people do, you go and take a player that you know belong to another club, and you say, they watch this player. You've not spoken to that club. You go to the player and speak to the player. Say, I want to take you to Lagos, and then you take the player to Lagos. But that club, maybe in Ibadan, in Port Harcourt, anywhere, I've already used the player to play competition. You understand? I've used the player to play competition, and now when the time for the player, the player so still they chat with the coach or the team, but you don't know. When it's not said they want to take a go Europe, he will be telling players in that team, the players will tell the coach or tell the owner. So that coach or owner now will now reach out to Gaffer, say, Gaffer, this is not my player. Oh, this. The conversation will change. You will now be saying, oh, you have a contract with Haji Gaffer. But no, you did a criminal thing. So please, all of these things I'm saying to you and to any other person who's trying to do this, first off, he who must come to equity must come with a clean hand. Go to equity with a clean hand. Be very, very sure that the player you are taking is yours. You know, it's that thing where Americans will say, do you have a skin in the game? You should have a skin in the game in the sense that you take the player, before you even go to Haji Gaffer, get the consent of the player's parents, get the consent of their parent, get the consent of everybody involved. If they belong to a club, don't try to cheat the club. I always tell people that don't try to be too fast. The circle of football market is so small, it's like your palm. Everybody sees each other. Also, be sure to note if the player is on FIFA TMS so that you know how to track him. It's a long story anyway. It's a long story. Some of the people that are here and I don't even understand how this is I'm saying. You understand? FIFA TMS is the place where you will know whether now you get the player or now somebody else now you get the player. So once you're clear with all that, you can take a player. Yeah, you can take to when you are helping. Obviously, you are helping with Texas Lion because Texas Lion cannot be everywhere in the country. There's a player, Collins. There's a player that Texas Lion sold to Sparta Prague also. Now one guy now, what's his name? Imo. Imo Azubike saw the player in Port Harcourt. It is Victor Ezeji that owned the player. Victor Ezeji's academy. He saw the player. He spoke to Victor Ezeji. Victor said, no problem. Now, if you can take him to Lagos, and then took him to Haji Gafar. Haji Gafar's network. The boy went to go and play in the under 17 and the under 20s. Now he's in Europe, and everybody, when the money comes, the man will come and say, bros, that guy, that's the way you talk. Not true. Elijah, a very honest man. Oh, I don't even know the player don't move. They don't just call me, just send me my money. I said, that's who he is. If now honesty, Haji Gafar is one of those people I can put my neck on the line and say, if Haji Gafar not pay you, cut my head. I know say he go pay you. I don't get problem for where it is. So those are the kind of people. But then be careful with the people you deal with too, because there are some. As you carry the player to them, they go change all the paperwork. First off, they go first say, let the player be training. That player feel the train. The content say it's not good enough. I don't want him. They say send them back. When you send them back, only them don't collect details, everything. They'll go behind you, take the player, carry and travel. So you better be careful. But Haji Gafar is a good person. The only thing is the man, say he stay America for like 18 years, so he live like white man. He need a like time wasters. He need a like people where you just come say this player is good and then the player not really get harm. The player not get in football will say not get harm for body, not follow and come. Don't go do. You're a young person. I don't know your age, but in the business you're young. Like YouTube now, I'm young. Media, I'm old. I'm a veteran in media, but for YouTube, I be young, I be smallie. You understand the difference? So this is when I say you're a young person, don't say the disrespect. It's not a matter of disrespect. I'm not trying to measure your age. I'm just saying, if you're asking this kind of question right now, then you're young in the business. You get my point. So don't go and give him player that he will look and will like this one's just one here to waste my time. Akinolu David went on to say this is because of bare to entry, as it seems football opportunities are created around Lagos, Abuja, Kaduna, and Makurdi. Yeah, the thing is, most of the people who have this is, in that northern side, most of the owners of academies are politicians, so they get money to travel. Football business not in Nigeria, but this idea that you just brought so is a very good opportunity. But then remember that you have to be patient, Sha, because if you're not patient, you're not gonna feed one. Chooks Adigwe, it's obvious you can't call a spade is a knife. I see how you struggle to find another word for corruption when you are talking about Nigeria judicial system. My brother, it's hard. Oh, it's hard. Akinolu David says, and a lot of talented players don't have access to these opportunities, or neither can they afford to move. And that's where you come in now. So what you're thinking of doing, again, they say success is when you go off the road that every other person is saturated already, and then you create a pathway that others will follow. You can be the bridge. Let me give you a good example. 2017, I look at a lot of sports content creators today. I feel fulfilled. I feel excited. You know why? 2017, and the idea for me to even start doing content on football started with Copa Coca-Cola. So when the Copa Coca-Cola came out, I was the voice of the competition. I was the voice. If you go online and listen, even that one that Okocha was disguised, and I was acting like I didn't know it was Okocha. I knew, I was told, but I just had to. And they gave me 3.9 million to be the voice. And I saw that competition back in the day, and I saw Taiwo Awoniyi. People think that he came to national team. That's why at Copa Coca-Cola, me and Taiwo for no. Kelechi Iheanacho, Wakali, lots of these young players. And I remember telling my friend that nobody is documenting this thing. Nobody is capturing it in video. Jafestra is a comedian and a musician. I was like, nobody's capturing these things now. Imagine if you capture this thing, these boys will go on to play on the 17, on the 20 Super Eagles, Olympics, and the rest. And you just, maybe if I want to do a story on them, they will look for these clips. And it just clicked in my head that, oh, I cannot keep complaining. I should do something. I remember taking that money. My wife's elder brother came. His nickname is Diallo, but he's late now. Died 4 years ago this month. 4 years ago this month. He's a photographer. Was at Loot. And I told him, I said, I need to buy a camera. I need a camera that can capture, video and pictures, but mostly video. I'm not really a picture person. I once was a photographer in my secondary school days. Out of love, I dash my camera. Camera out the hustle. Out of love, I use a dash babe. You know, I give her to go to village to go and do one event. Come back, she not gonna give me again. And so my business die out of love. So photography, they always get PTSD for her. So I gave him money, went and bought the camera for me. I mean, if you get 3.9 million naira, you're paying 500, I mean 750k house rent. My bills were not much. So I was able to buy that camera. And I bought it, originally was to capture grassroots, like as I said. One thing led to the other, and the rest, as they say, is history. We now have a Legoted TV. When I first started, most of the people know that are big, that are, we're content creators, we're freelancers. They used to mock me. They said, Baba no get work. Especially when I now left Brilliant. Baba no get work in the form motivational speaker with camera. But you see, today is everywhere. I remember I was the first to go to clubs to tell them, like, you need to have a media team that produce your own clip, that do your own pressers, that do your own short documentaries. Most teams in Lagos, even I went to Port Harcourt, I went to Kano, Kaduna, Abuja, Jos, to go speak to grassroots team. Most people don't listen because the concept is alien to them. But the same way some people would shut the door at you, David, but eventually you should be able to pull it through. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. And when people always ask me, why does all these guys respect you the way they do? And I said to them, because in this field, I'm a pioneer. The way Larry Zamaje is a pioneer in sports broadcasting, I'm a pioneer in this field. There's nobody, whether it's Puja, whether it's Top, they have something connected to me. So I think if you do this well, David, you never know when. You know how they say, we know how we start the war, but we don't know how it will end, and we don't know how many people will die. And the same way, every farmer knows the amount of seeds they plant, but they cannot tell you the amount of seed they will harvest because it comes in multiples. So start it. You will see discouragement. You see people laugh at you, people will mock you, especially if you have a university certificate. People like, you leave school where you go now. This mumu you want to do. You see these mumu I have realized that in a country like Nigeria, now mumu they give person money pass. Who go ever believe say Otumba Gaddafi live abroad, come Nigeria, they come pack shit make am be billionaire? Just think of a minute. I'm mumu now, but mumu they give money. Do it legitimately, you give money. So I think it's a nice one. Babaji Sawalu says, Ogato say, Nigerian judges are men at some points. I needed to meet the judge at his private chamber. You know, I worked in a law firm. I worked in a law firm for almost 10 years in this Lagos, Pomusa and Co. And in working in the, yeah, Colin Saw is the name of the player. Thank you very much, Nigerian Football Stories. And and the things that I know about the law, you know, when I tell people that I know law more than I know football, what are you saying? Because people think that my whole life is centered around football. I've seen things. I've seen things. You know, when you're young, you live in Ikoyi on your own. You have access. You have two cars. You have means. You will pass through doors that some other people bigger than you cannot pass through. And this is my experience. I don't need anybody to explain to me. I know things. I've seen judgment being bought. I've seen things happen, and judgment offered to the bad person, the criminal, the offender, because they get money or because their parents get money because they get connection. So sometimes when you think of going to court, I'm always counting the cost. Like, okay, do I have a 100 to 250 million to fight this case to shut these people up? If I don't have it, man, no need to, because I don't want to go and be having heart attack. Andrew McDonald say, let's talk Tony Yeboah. Whew. Tony Yeboah. What do you want us to talk about him? Tony Yeboah is one of the greatest player to come out of Africa. I mean, he was on my top list of players that I wanted to interview by all means, all means necessary. But I guess I'm not always going to catch all the fishes. I'm not going to always be lucky. Some people will just say yes to me, and some will continue to say no to me. And I've accepted that part in my life. And but it hurts when you do my job. You're a fan of someone, you try, like somebody that you grew up adoring, like you reverence, you love them, and you try to interview them and they keep turning you down, you just get heartbroken. Like, but then it also taught me quickly that I don't have the right to be angry. It's not entitlement. They don't need the media. The people need their quietness, their privacy. They don't want their story told. There's nothing you can do. But Tony Yeboah, there are two Tony Yeboah. The Tony Yeboah of Leeds United and the same person, Antonio Yeboah of Eintracht Frankfurt. So just some very small shades of difference in them, and the shot on that guy's leg, wonderful guy. Bukola Oshiemi says, bros, you no get driver 100%. I dey enjoy you from Vancouver. I be your fan. Oh boy, Vancouver. But how they deal with the weather right now? Now, from late October now, snow pyramid go dey pile up. Oh, Vancouver, that's the French side, oh, Abi. Yeah, no, Quebec is the French side. No, Vancouver is French now. I don't forget. Oh, not till I come to Canada, 2001 November. Only take small. Yeah. Bukola Oshiyami says hi. Iremi Akiri says, yeah, for the knowledge, general knowledge studies. No, today I mean they learn, I mean they ask question. Why can't friends do business together? But the same friends can go to nightclub and plunder money. So let's put it this way: we are a group of 5 friends, circle of 5 or 10. We can go to club and one night spend 10 million. That 10 million not get return on investment, not get anything. No. And we not go mind. We just brag about it. They talk for WhatsApp group. They make noise about them. But the 10 of us cannot agree to put 10 million naira into business, go to CAC, register a business, and put our names as directors, and then trust maybe a few one of the 10 to be running the business and hope that it will become something. Why is it like that? It's something that I'm always trying to figure out. Like, why is that? Like, why is it like that? You know, let me give you another example. When I wanted to go to Morocco with the squad for the Women's Nations Cup, all those people who always say, you guy, anytime, just reach out to us. Like all those your uncles that when you're younger say, once you finish school, just call me. I get job, I'll give you. Only when you're not finished, you not realize they're not getting anything. They just use you till the pass weather. So, and we can spend money, we can plunder money, waste money, but we can't be friends to do business. But Jewish people, Lebanese people, Indians, all of the Chinese, Japanese, Arabs, they are all able to do business together with their friends or their relatives. Why is it hard for the black people? But it is very easy for us to show off, to party, dress. Like in Lagos, say Yoruba demons. Niger Delta, they say men of the South, like that. Why is it so easy? And it's also very easy for us to commit crime together. Politicians are a good example. They don't like each other, but when it comes to stealing money, oh, they are together in God's family. Why is it like that? That's my own today. I mean, they learn, not be you now. Lord Mayor say, boss, how do you see the reigning word in British media of Arteta letting the handbrake off? Arteta come use joke for press conference. Well, I didn't watch that press conference. I think that for a while, I just think that Arsenal have so it's not today. I remember back in the day when and right granted one interview and said Arsenal is the most hated club in English football, and it's the truth. If you check the history, you would know. But I think Arteta should do whatever he can do to win a trophy. Um, the best way to shut people up is to succeed at what they say you cannot succeed at. For as long as Arteta is not winning title, he will give these people what to say. But once he gets into the gear of winning titles, see, people didn't like Mourinho as well. People didn't like his brand of football at Chelsea when he started. Oh, it's negative football, parking the balls, breezy, London Bridge, blah, blah, blah. Nothing they didn't see. But when he won the title back to back, those who hated him love it. Right? So I care less. I care less. Reminded me of when I first started in 2004, 2005, between 2004 August when I come into radio to somewhere around 2010. I was persona non grata. I wasn't just hated by the fans for my audacity and my guts. I was hated by people in media. Like everybody in media, oh, he shoot from his hip. He's not professional. He's just talking upside down. Well, when the things I was saying upside down began to happen consistently, they couldn't resist it. They fell in line like, okay, it's not like us, so it's different. But even in that is different, he's good at what he does. They accepted that the boys sabi wetin dey talk. We feel not like him, but that not remove the fact he sabi wetin dey talk. So I think that Arteta just needs to win to shut the doubters up. If he doesn't win, he's the one that is opening the door at keeping it ajar for people to throw spike at him. It's just like what Pep is doing. Notice that in Pep's media press conference now, he's very sarcastic. He tell you things like, oh, Other people are winning. I hope that they win so that I can also tell them that they won because they spent a lot of money. People forget that I'm giving young players a chance now. You know all those kind of things. It should just win a major trophy, win the Champions League, win the league title. When Xabi Alonso started at Bayer Leverkusen, they said he's an untested, uncooked coach. Well, he went the season unbeaten, won everything. Even though he lost the Europa Cup finals, he's jumped to Real Madrid. So no matter what the media will always have agenda. Media is about agenda, is about perspective, is about what the story they want to tell. Sometimes you will just be in your own space and the story will just favor you. Sometimes the story is against you, not because of what you've done, but because probably there's an agenda against the club you're working for. So it's up to him. There was a time too where the media agenda favored Arsenal. You know, Wenger, it was not judged based on trophy, it was judged based on stadium, based on money that I was making without anybody asking. As he ever sold the Southampton, Sunderland sold players higher than Arsenal, but you know the story. So I thought I should just find a way to win, and then the story will change. That's my thinking anyway. Bukola Oshiami says the weather is good weather, and BC has the best weather close to Mika. Oh, okay, Canada. David Oguyemi says, I think because of trust issues. But we dey go drink alcohol together with people we will not trust. We not the first thing that will poison us. Okay. Oh. Akinolu David says, thank you so much for the advice and words of encouragement. With that being said, I love if you can speak on the league. Are you saying there is no hope as things stand as regard developing the what? Also, have you noticed Europeans don't sign our attacking midfielders without a league? How then do we foster that position with no European patronage? Uh, no, 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 no. Uh, two questions. So I'm in a place where I'm obsessed with Nigerian football. So there is no way I can sit with you and tell you that the league will not be good. I'm also an investor in the league. I've done my bits in terms of promoting the league. I have played in this league. I have produced the league. I was the first person in Nigerian media space between 2004 and now that committed 2 hours of radio talk time. 2 hours, the first 2 hours of radio talk time to talk only predominantly Nigerian league, right? So I don't think I can ever get to a place where I would say Nigerian league cannot work. I know what the problem is. Apart from bad administrator, uneducated administrator, non-business minded people running football clubs, there is also the part of zero government investment in the league. Look at any successful football league in the world, there is government investment. There is huge government investment for takeoff. So if we don't do that, we would suffer. Some happen in the 60s, some happen in the 70s, some happen in the 80s, in the 90s. Some are just happening now. A very good nearby example is Uzbekistan. Investment that eventually turned out to send people like Kushinov to Man City and all that, and then they qualify for the World Cup for the very first time. Saudi Arabia is investing again. They've done this before. They did that in the 80s. Then they did that in the 90s, where we had the King Fahd Cup, which eventually turned out to be the Confederations Cup, and whatever. Now has now been evolved into something else. Long story short is that what is holding our football at league level is government funding. And this is not a factor of corruption. It's a factor of we never really saw football as business. So it's not an investment, it's a charity. No matter how rich people are, the money where they give gate man, they always be 200, highest 1,000. You know, when you pass some kind of place or even your own estate. I've not seen anybody put their hand in their glove compartment and bring 100,000 and give to their gate man. If you've done it, good for you. But people don't normally do that because it's a charity case. I just want to show that I'm a good guy, and I just want these guys to always greet me when I pass. There is no strategic intention to it. So we've never really invested in football in Nigeria ever at any stage. For the development of midfielders, we would suffer that for a very long time. We would suffer that until we dismantle the current football infrastructure that we have and we agree to start afresh. There's nothing wrong with starting afresh. There's nothing wrong. The only problem we have, because your second question is in relation to the senior national team. The only problem we have is a problem we have across almost everywhere. People who don't know always pretending that they know more than the people who know. So we have this arrogance of thinking we are better than everybody. So if we don't get it, we think, oh, somebody is against us. No, we are not better than anybody. South Africa started investing in their football in the year 2000. That's 25 years ago. After they won the Nations Cup in 96, and then the 98 team that went to Burkina Faso, they've won the gold, the silver, and the bronze at the AFCON. And then they realized that, okay, we must have a good league. And to God be the glory for them. Mandela, out of the sympathy for Mandela, they were given the right to host the World Cup in 2010. So they built from that 2000 up until 2010, they were building infrastructure. That's an intentional thing. They also have the advantage of having multi-choice. That's part of it is super sports. That $5 billion investment, over the years in that also helped them because sports and media go side by side. When you take away media from sports, you're not ready because sports is not, it's 25% what is played on the field, 75% narrative. There must be narrative around sports. Look at American sports. Imagine the NBA without ESPN. Just think about it. The NBA without TNT, without MSNBC, without ESPN. There's so many people who don't watch the NBA now, but they know a lot about the NBA. They can argue, they can tell you everything about the NBA thanks to ESPN. Look at Nigeria. Which media is dedicated 100% to Nigerian League? Again, sports media is not an investment in Nigeria. Only Braille FM is still, after 20 something years, still the only all sports media. We don't shoot our own documentary. We don't tell stories of legends of the game. There are a lot of people who played in this league, who through the league, their life turned around. Christian Chuku, Adoke Amasemaka, Shego Degwami. They're not documentaries about them. If you do, I remember doing the Chronicles of Our Legends, and people will just all these Gen Z stupid children with they load 200 naira recharge card, they get free data to just come and be insulting the old man. Like, if you think you don't even agree with what the old man said, it's not enough for you to insult them. But yeah, it's our way. So we do not have a media that have culturized us from very early age with these stories. Even the medias we have, majority of our medias, now European football that they talk. And I not blame them. You know why? I committed 16.8 million between 2022 and 2023 to do a content call around the MPFL. While doing that, I was also interviewing a lot of grassroots coaches. I flew with my producer from Nigeria to Dubai to go do a story on Coach Ayere, because it was interesting that a coach that's coaching one grassroots club here, Freiburg Aveg in Nigeria, got the chance to go coach a team in Dubai. It was interesting. Raised money, borrowed money from a friend of mine, and we took about 8 million naira. And we went to Dubai, spent 3 weeks in Dubai. We're in Sports City, where we stayed, and then we travel around. That's when the king of Dubai died. We put that thing together, and we got less than 500 views. Even up to today, that never hit 1,000 views. So you could see that even Nigerians do not give you the encouragement to want to invest in the sector. So without that, it go hard us. We'll continue to be fooling around, jumping around like this, hoping and wishing. Unfortunately, prayers does not make you succeed in football. So all these ones I will pray, let's hope that God will do this. God is saying, I don't play football. The way I love one, and that's why I love South Africa, and that's why I love other people. Anybody that invests, I would give them the luck to shine and succeed. Their investment is what matters. And look at Morocco. Morocco's not been in women football for forever. But after they invested in facilities, infrastructure, See their women played in finals of the Women's Nations Cup back to back. Very soon they will win it. I can beat my chest on that. Very soon they will win it. Maybe the next one that they are going to host next year in March, they will just win it. They may just win it. That's just what I think. So for us, we have not invested enough, and the standard of our league is not grown. The rest of Africa is leaving us behind. Even when we're not winning the CAF Champions League, the CAF Conference Cup, the Cup Winners' Cup as it was called then, we were always getting to the semis and the finals and losing from 77 went to SC1, that Cup Winners' Cup that time, to all the times where Julius Berger will get to the semi-finals or finals, Enyimba won it back to back. Different team, Kano Pillars got to the finals, Heartland were in semi-finals, and Iwayan National were in the semi-finals before that plane crash. You can name it. But now we never even feel reach group stage. And then when we reach group stage, we're hopeless. We're going to go donate points to other people, other countries who were not in the map when we started playing this thing called football. So it is the lack of that investment that we're not seeing. And this lack of investment did not start today. It's something that started like 20, 30 years ago. Now we are really feeling the pinch. If we want to reverse it again, we need to put another investment plan in our football that would yield its fruits in 10, 15, 20 years from now. But are we ready? Because it requires dismantling the entire, sporting infrastructure that we have and building from ground up. So, I mean, it's up to us, our government and everybody. David Ogunyemi say, I mean, friend A may not believe friend B is good enough to manage the business, or he may feel friend B just want to rip him. Yeah, if we continue like that, I mean, if you go abroad, it's quick to notice that the reason why the system is working is that more private sector investment is higher than government investment. And how does that happen? Especially in an economy that is this. If you hear the story of Sonny in Japan, you hear two friends, Sakosha, what I call that guy now, Akira, when he family disown him because he not agree to do family business. Agreed to do transistor radio after the war, and from transistor radio to Walkman, and the story is different. People are always friends. His friends always come together. Why just reshare? You think those people not get issue? They get issue too now. I mean, you saw Apple, Steve Jobs, and the other Steve Wozniak. I mean, they get issues. But in the issues, let's understand that we're doing business, and this business should be bigger than me and you. Like, if you want to set up a business, somebody asked me a few days ago and said, apart from me, Murphy, and the rest of the crew leaving my former place of work, what can I really attribute to the failure of, going from 5 stations to only 1? And one of the things I said to the guy is that the business model of the owner is a single ownership. And the business have you know, has gone past the elasticity of single brain control. It needed ideas from a partner, from somebody else, but nobody else was a partner. And it was, we were really was across the table talk where Radisson went to have lunch. And I said, imagine for a minute, such a big business. Your daughter came from school, does not have evidence of any other business that she has run, and then you put your daughter in charge. You already know that that is a recipe for disaster. But the disaster, and I said, look at that girl that they put in charge and ask yourself, which other company worth that value can any other person put in charge and say, you run this business? Nowhere. So that is the beginning of the failure. It's the little things that count, as you see my company pay off. It's the little things that count. I once told my wife, I said, you see, this is my children. I don't know if they will come one day and come and run my business, and my business survive when they graduate too. But if they come from school, I will start them as janitors. I will start them as janitors with a clear rule to the people running doing my management at the time, to treat them as janitors, not as the boss's daughter or the boss's son. But like, why? I said, because that's how they know the company. You can't run a business you don't know. That's how they will know the company. They will sit down with janitors, they will hear the gossip and all that. They will, work with admin, they work with the cleaners, work with those people first. And then, with no intention that I want even to put them up, I'll tell them this is internship. You get your experience here, you go to other companies and go and work. just wake up one morning and I decide, okay, I want to put you, come and work here, come and work here, earn salaries like other people, take query, get to write reports. So you know how it is. By the time you get to head any department or run the whole business, you already understand the dynamics of the business before you are in. You're not taking it from just what your daddy said to you, because let's be honest, daddy might just be hyping things and not giving you the true picture of things. The real people that help you. Haven't you noticed that if you want to know about somebody, go close to their house help or their gate man? You will know more. House help, gate man, driver. You will know more about the person than if you read any book. So I don't know, but it is like, but your point is correct too. I mean, people not trusting each other, but we should find a way to trust each other and do business. Because I just noticed that that's why we don't invest. That's why we don't even sit down and teach our children, okay, how to grow money. We don't. Because you cannot keep complaining of poverty in a country where some of these basic things that should be done, you are not doing it. Not be magic now. Money not go come out of nowhere. Now we'll continue to be poverty capital of the world. And government will not save everybody. Our friends where they are abroad will not save everybody. We must start generating ideas, partnership, collaboration. You know, a guy asked me the other day that if I give you 5 million to go AFCON, what will you give me back? And I said, what is the duration? Because that's what matters. And he said, okay, I can leave it with you for 2 years. That 5 million is already locked down. Like I told him, I'll take the money. Because what it takes for me to give him back is to work hard to first earn the dollars that will translate to that 5 million, plus the interest on top. And then if it's a 2 years window, it's easy. Doing YouTube have taught me very massive business lesson. That no matter how brilliant your ideas are, how smart you are, you need a collaboration. And sometimes people think that collaboration is going to look for 10 other YouTubers to no. You know, people who will tell you, okay, I've been watching you, I've seen this work that you're doing, I've seen how consistent you are, how you grind. You know what? I'm going to put some money into your project. I need my money back. And I've done that with quite a few friends in business. I come and I say, okay, I'm not going to partner with you yet. I'm going to give you 1 million. I just want to see how you're doing. And as you're going, you give me back my capital. Give me back my 1 million. I don't want to burden you with interest. No. Give me back my capital within a year time. I'm selling best spread. Oh, come and put money. Okay, I'll give you a little bit of money. 1 year time, I want to see the money. In my head, I don't want the money back. I don't want the money back. But I want to see the discipline. When you get to the 1 year, you now say, oh, okay, oh, I'm ready to pay your money back. Oh, then I'll say, don't worry, add it up to your business. And then I cannot take another 100 or 200K again. I say, take, put this one to your business. Because I want to see consistency. I want to see drive. And even if you're not going to pay back, like somebody I gave 500K, and when he got to 10 months, he said, bros, show me, show me his book and everything. And I told him, I like the honesty with you. No, it's not a big deal. 500K na money where children tell they want to buy this. Maybe one suit I go buy my son 390,000. Wear only once. So once. Since that I never wear them again. If I put them for somebody's business, it's not gonna help the business. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I think we must now start learning. Don't make friends with somebody you don't trust. We shouldn't be friend A and friend B, they don't trust each other. I don't think you should waste time making friends with that. Find people you can trust. Find people. Ali asked me a question one day, and it changed the way I think. So I was asking him, Ali, you know me, if I go to Ali, Ali say I told you ask question. But I cannot stop. I said, bros, how can I get to the point and I'm like you? Because I'm sitting there and maybe one of those, let me not call names now, one of these comedians will just call, Baba, after I get this my show for UK, I get money, but it not go reach. Baba, if you raise me 250 million, I go return them when I come back. And I live like, send me your account number. Bro, 250 million, I waited the 10% to send account number. And then straight up. Or sometimes you go say, okay, I don't pass my limit, I don't feel do it, but I'll go enter bank. Just send me your account details. He will go to the bank. Sometimes we'll drive together. He will fill the form, give instruction. You know that instruction. Some said they on my phone. I'll just I'll just say my snap him so that he go send them to that person. I'm like, 250 million. I beg this guy just now. Just ask this guy just now. We just drive, go, bank, Heritage Bank, go do instruction. Damn. And the funny thing, when the person go pay back, you call me. What shall I be? I don't send the money. Oh. This is like 1 month or 2 months after. Oh. And so one day we're asking him, so I said, bros, how can I be like you in my own industry? Like I'm opening door for people. And he said, just work hard and grow. Look for the right people to partner with you, grow. And then anybody who need microphone, buy microphone for her. Anybody who need camera, buy camera for her. That's where you start. And it makes sense. You understand? It makes sense to me. Now, sitting where I'm sitting, looking at things from where I'm looking at things from, it makes sense. I think that it's a waste of time to make friends with people trust to do business with. You not feel leave your children with. What do they do this friendship for? I don't know if they make sense. So, what do they do this friendship for? What is the friendship for? To the send naked women pictures and videos inside WhatsApp group. I know. No, I don't get it, Sha. I'm just thinking. I mean, Mona, correct me if I did wrong. Mm-hmm. Oyelu Felix Chukwuka. He said, I always love your analysis on football, senior bra. Today, when we talk of football, we talk of business. We talk of business. Why do friends in Nigeria, black people, need to fit do business together? But they go fish shop 10 million naira Nkwobi and drink together, mania together, as my able brothers go call them, in one sitting, not be big deal. But they not fit raise 10 million naira together to do business. To say, you know what, this 10 million naira, I'm going to start poultry business. I'm talking of like very simple, non-complicated business. Most start poultry business, most they sell egg. One person go drive the egg, they go distribute. The other group, I be like, there are 10 people now, they raise 1 million. They don't buy the land, build the whole place. So they're going to rotate the things. Some people will just their job now to day the poultry so that the workers no go thief the proceed of the poultry. Some their job now, once egg done they come out like this, now then go they carry and they go sell. Some their job now to liaise with market people. Say we get old layer, we get fowl to sell. You they available to buy. I mean they're gonna make money. Why would they feed the door? But amongst our friends, we know where all the nightclub day, we know where all the groove day, we know where that alone, and most of the club where would they go if now look when Arab people get the club. Oh. This is not me discriminating, I'm just stating. The restaurant, the hotels where would they go eat all those steak, medium rare, well done, and the rest. Now Arab people get up. Make I call names because I'm involved too. I go all those kind of places. You know, so I like food well. But I'm just saying, if I pick up this phone, if I call 10 of my friends, say, guys, more go do lunch for Radisson or buffet for anywhere, or cross and cream or cactus. If I call 10, 6 go there available. If I call those same 10 people tomorrow and say, guy, I got this business idea. I go like more we invest in this business. 9 go outrightly say no. The 10th one we go say, most CO2 go do now, and they go end. Why is it like that with black people? Why is it like that with black people? Now the question why they ask, I need answers to help my life. Meanwhile, if you just join this channel and you've not subscribed, I know you have your reason, but please discourage that your reason and find a reason or a motive to subscribe. As we are here, we are trying to build this channel so that we can use the proceeds of the channel to do business. One of the business in my head is to build a hospital, a specialist hospital. It's always been there. It's always been my number one priority. Yeah, it's always been what I want. Build a hospital that will take care of kidney transplant, heart surgery, brain surgery. After my son did that brain surgery, I know that I should find a way to invest in that. Not be every treatment person go want go India, go Singapore. I always ask this question: One day we go they go abroad for all these treatments. We they go abroad. They go they harvest all our kidney and everything. That's how our eye go clear. We need to start building here. Nigeria no good. Nigeria no good. If 10 friends come together and say they want to build a specialist hospital, they don't even need to be doctors. That's the thing. They don't even need to be doctors. They don't even need to. They'll put the right people to run it, set up a trust. People running the money go they come. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. That's my thinking. Maybe I'm overthinking. Sha. Ambrose Ayodele, my guy, the bros, have fun. So you come late because it remain 5 minutes now. I go end this thing. He say, bros, now big subject be this. We have what fella Nicola Okuti called colonial mentality. We are only wired to donate money at friends' burial, not to uplift them. Very beautiful angle. So let me give you guys one story. Let me share one story with you guys. Some of them are go don't experience this story where I want to share. So not get how one or two of them never experience them. So there's this our friend he was sick and we were supposed to contribute money to support medical care and the rest. When we're contributing money, grown up men like us, so I dey repark my car. I don't like where I dey. The way other people dey drive around me, they vex me. You know, people they contribute 5,000, 3,000, 10,000. I can't go. I think I made a mistake. I can't go put 100K. When we put 100K, and I will give you another story to the same similar situation. Almost everybody colleagues, private chat me like, oh, I need this, I get this problem, I get this problem. I don't understand. I get problem too now. But some of that guy can't die. So they can't talk of burial arrangements. People where they contribute 3,000, 5,000, so they bought a Shrebi of 50K. They were willing to pay for transportation and hotel to go the burial. Burial was in Asaba. They were each willing to pay because there's a fixed amount now. That's why would they contribute money to pay hospital bill. There was no fixed amount. Say, give as God leads you. They were willing to pay the logistics and accommodation. The first the Ashwebi was 50K. Then there's another set will be 150. There's the one for 200K. These people were now willing to pay 150K to cover transportation, accommodation, feeding amongst friends. These guys paid. I didn't pay because I wasn't going to go. I didn't pay for Ashwebi. I was also very angry. I was bitter. They paid and they went and came back, snapped picture. They had fun. My former coach, Coach Baado in Port Harcourt, died. Bera is in Owerri. And we're contributing again. I shoot 100K. That 100K is the reason why I got out of the group because almost everybody started reaching out to me unnecessarily. These guys contributed 2K, 5K, 10K. That's not according to their power. So, like what Bros Ambrose just said now, like exactly that. You can't pay to keep the person alive, but you can raise fund to go and bury the person. I think I have a problem. Who started that culture, that behavior? I don't know, but I think I have a problem with it. It's a very bad way to behave as people, as friends, as players of a coach that died. I think it's evil. I don't know, but I mean, time don't go. So maybe another day while I come market like this, or I go there, I do. We'll go discuss and continue, or we'll do fine. Ambrose Dele says is the final one. Say Faji is a word for what no. Faji, Abi, I don't know. It's a word for what you are discussing. We would rather pay money to Oyibo than pay to a fellow black because We are wired to see our brothers as village people. Fajin is circulation. Oh, okay, yeah, I saw that. I think I saw that in Richest Man in Babylon. One small book like that. Yeah, Richest Man in Babylon. Circulation of money amongst ourselves. That is the success of Israel. Thank you so much for coming in, even though you came in late, but you educated us. Like I said, today's live is not really about discussing football. We need to learn. It's a conversation that we should have with our children. You know, have you ever sat your children down and asked them if they can do business with each other? First question, just ask your son and your daughter, say, when you guys are old, can you do business together? The answer should tell you whether you have succeeded or you have failed. If there is an echo, there is a unanimous no, God forbid, you already know you have failed. Economically, you have failed your children because you have not raised them in a way where they can even trust each other to do business with each other. Children from the same womb, how they want to trust outsider. So those are some of the things I think I should leave everybody with today. Okay, uh, it's something that I just thought we should talk about today. Football is easy to talk about. Truth, football is easy. But we go see first day alive to talk about football. We'll see if I get money, pay bills to talk about football. I like to grow old and get rich friends. So you guys are my friends. So I'm talking to you guys. I like to grow old and have rich friends. We can always survive at this young age and this middle age. But you see, I've the last 7 years of my life, I spent it around older people. And I see the regrets in their faces. I see the pains, not in terms of their bones or their joints, the pains of things they should have done that they did not do, collaboration that they should have done that they didn't trust enough to do, investment that they should have done that they didn't trust enough to do, that they are not seeing others who did it, what it has turned out into be. So no matter how much you think you don't trust your friend, find people that you can do business with, invest with, and do proper paperwork and all that. It might not, even the result might not be something you need, but just think about it that your children do not have to start afresh. The mere fact that your children do not have to start afresh is a good thing. Well, this is where I drop my mic for today. Bros Ambrose Ayodele, thank you very much. To say we will support your hospital project definitely. And they said, I am very sorry for coming late to your live program. I am your friend for life. Thank you very much. And I'm honored to have a friend like you. Brilliant mind, very smart, intelligent mind. God bless you. Let me drop the mic now and go check where Mrs. Edafi have gone to and see how things go. But thank you everyone for being on the live. And please, if you have not subscribed to the channel, that is one way of supporting us. Subscribe to the channel, view our content, and try your best to write a comment on the content that you view. Right? I do not promise to give you controversial content. I do not promise to bring guests that will tell you that talking stage is 200 million. But I promise to share my thoughts every time that I'm on the microphone, and to be very honest at it. Some of you might not like it, but let's see. Let's see how it goes. God bless you and have for yourself a wonderful day and the rest of the week ahead. Bye.